Hey Starpulse, I'm Vanessa Mojica and I'm sitting here with Tegan and Sara, one of the hottest indie bands around. How are you girls doing?
We're doing good.
We're good, thank
you.
We're
hot. We're actually not. America is all about air conditioning. I'm freezing.
So first things first, how did you girls get into singing?
You know, we started performing like as Tegan and Sara in a band when we were in high school, so which was over a decade ago, I'm proud to say.
We're old.
Yeah.
So recently your hit single Back in Your Head was remade a bunch of times by a bunch of DJs, and it actually just came out last week on iTunes, a CD. What was your girls' favorite version?
You know, the Tiesto version of like the remix that he did, you know, was by far the most successful of the remixes that happened, and we were really happy about it just because we're obviously like in a sort of indie rock community, and it's, you know, it's you sort of pull from the same pool, and you're always doing the same press and playing the same stations and these types of things, and it was one of the first things that really helped us start to cross over into a different market.
Are there any rituals you guys have to do before going on stage?
We generally run our world like clockwork, and right before we go on stage, we love to like just hang out just with the band, and we're very silly. We like to get into a place where it's not serious. We're not like a really, you know, focused band where we're like, everybody focus, we're gonna go up on stage and we're gonna rip it apart tonight, you know, like, wow, like it's not like a rugby team. Like, we're very like, you have a good show, no, you have a good show. Like, we're sort of we're like a little family.
I was listening to the song 19, and the lyrics are pretty real. What was going through your heads when writing it?
I think Sara and I, like over the last 10 years on all of our records, like there's been like the theme of relationships and love and the human condition, you know, when you're in a relationship or at the end of a relationship. So, and I think that because we've stayed focused on that and we've found a comfortable line to like be personal but still have our private life to ourselves, like we're able to really, you know, go there in our music. And I think especially, you know, on our last record, we really started to figure out how we wanted to express ourselves to our audience, you know, and you know, more so even on this new record, Sainthood, like I think we were able to like find a theme and stick with it, and you know, I think that there's that fine line between being poetic and being real, and like, you know, you don't want to be like, I like you, you like me, like, you know, we're not so literal, but still be literal. Like, we want everybody, like whether you're a, you know, a kid from the Midwest or a mom from the West Coast or, you know, like a hipster from New York, like we want you to listen to music and connect to it in some way.
That's awesome. You girls successfully did that. I know a bunch of people right now can relate to your songs. What sets your music apart from other artists today?
You know, I'm not totally sure always. I think Tegan and I, because we're two really different songwriters who write independently, but because we're sisters and we're sort of working with the same instruments, you know, like we sound really similar, and yet we have such a different approach to singing and such a different approach to songwriting. The band, I think we're able to sort of like, our collaborations are sort of are more, maybe there's more depth to what we're doing because it's not just like one point of view.
So now for a little fun question, Starpulse fans want to know, what was it like growing up together?
Well, Sara and I grew up in this, like a city called Calgary in Canada, and I think we had a really fun life. Like we kind of grew up like in a pretty conventional household. I mean, we were from a single parent household, but that's pretty conventional these days. And yeah, I think being twins, we had like a lot of like attention on us, so we were always kind of entertainers, and we were always sort of doing something together, like whether it was, you know, piano lessons or starting our band or just being kind of obnoxious teenagers or whatever.
Okay, so I actually know that you girls have been working on exclusive Tegan and Sara books for over a year now. Yeah. And isn't today the pre-sale?
Today, I think is...
No, pre-sale starts on the 30th,
The pre-sale starts, but we announced it today.
We announced
all
today.
The details for today, so I don't know when this will come out, but basically, Sainthood, our new record, and these books on In At all get announced and start the pre-sale the same day, and will go on sale and come out in North America on the same day, on October 27th. And it was, as Sara and I have delicately put it, probably the most difficult project we've ever taken on. Way harder than writing a record.
So what's the #1 thing that you girls can't leave the house without?
I think right now the big thing for me, like, because we're starting, you know, touring and press and those kinds of things. So for me, it's, you know, the old laptop, keep in touch with the girlfriend and with the family.
So last but not least, what's the best thing about going on tour?
Well,
New music, playing new music.
I mean, I think that tour is sort of like an addiction. It's you know, you're in a different city every night, and you're in front of a different type of audience every single night, and obviously we're performers and musicians, and it's where we get to do our thing every night. And but I think that the best thing, honestly, is like the family vibe. You know, so many people go to work every day, and it's like you know, you have coworkers, and you have, you know, it's a job, you know, and there's like nothing about our world that is like that.
Well, good luck with the pre-sale and everything. I had a blast. Thank you girls so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you guys for tuning in this exclusive Inside Look. Till next time, I'm Vanessa Mujica, and you're watching Starpulse.com.